The fall of man, paradise lost. In the beginning, the Garden of Eden was a place of perfect peace, lush, radiant, untouched by sorrow. Every tree was pleasing to the eye, and every fruit was good for food. In this paradise lived the man and the woman, walking freely in harmony with God. But among all the creatures the Lord God had made, there was one unlike the others, the serpent. Subtle, cunning, and watchful, it approached the woman with a voice as smooth as silk. "Did God really say you must not eat from any tree in the garden?" it asked. The woman turned, calm but cautious. "We may eat fruit from the trees," she replied, "but God did say you must not eat from the tree in the middle of the garden, and you must not touch it or you will die." The serpent's eyes gleamed with quiet deception. "You will not certainly die," it whispered. "God knows that when you eat it, your eyes will be opened. You will be like Him, knowing good and evil." The woman looked at the tree. The fruit was beautiful, rich in color, inviting, almost glowing in the light. It seemed good for food, pleasing to the eye, and filled with promise. A desire stirred within her, a longing for wisdom, for more. Slowly she reached out. She took the fruit, and she ate. Then she turned to her husband, who stood beside her, silent, watching. She gave him the fruit, and after a moment of hesitation, he ate as well. In that instant, everything changed. Their eyes were opened, but not in the way they expected. Awareness flooded in, heavy and unbearable. They looked at each other and realized something they had never known before. They were naked. Shame gripped them. Quickly they gathered fig leaves, sewing them together to cover themselves, trying to hide what had suddenly become unbearable to see. As evening fell, a familiar sound echoed through the garden, the presence of the Lord God, walking in the cool of the day. But instead of running to Him, they hid. Among the trees, behind shadows and leaves, they concealed themselves. Then the voice of God called out, calm yet piercing, "Where are you?" The man answered, his voice trembling, "I heard you in the garden, and I was afraid, because I was naked, so I hid." God's voice came again, deeper now. "Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree I commanded you not to eat from?" The man faltered. Then he spoke, shifting the blame. "The woman you put here with me, she gave me the fruit, and I ate."
If you all are enjoying these videos, feel free to like, subscribe, and leave a comment.
God turned to the woman. "What is this you have done?" Tears filled her eyes. "The serpent deceived me," she said softly, "and I ate." Silence fell over the garden. Then the Lord God spoke, not just words, but judgment. To the serpent He declared a curse. It would crawl on its belly, eating dust all its days. And between it and the woman, there would be unending conflict. One day her offspring would crush its head, though it would strike his heel. To the woman He spoke of sorrow, pain in childbirth, struggle in relationship. To the man He spoke of toil, the ground itself now cursed because of him. No longer would it yield easily. Life would be hard, marked by sweat and struggle, until he returned to the dust from which he was made. For dust he was, and to dust he would return. The man then named his wife Eve, for she would become the mother of all the living. Even in judgment, God showed mercy. He made garments of skin and clothed them, covering their shame in a way they never could. But paradise could no longer be their home. God said, "Man has become like one of us, knowing good and evil. He must not take from the tree of life and live forever in this state." And so they were sent out, banished from Eden. The garden they once walked in freely was now guarded. Cherubim stood watch, and a flaming sword flashed back and forth, blocking the way to the tree of life. And from that moment on, the world was no longer the same.